Be not afraid, tread lightly. We're all the same, altered slightly. Okay, welcome to your reading. We have a new moon coming up this weekend, and 2 weeks later, a full moon eclipse. The last full moon eclipse was in September, actually on my birthday, September 17th. So eclipses are huge surprises, changes in direction, unexpected, we're going to say awesome things because it's all for us to grow. And also, I can feel the energy of something new and exciting coming for everyone. So, your main energies that we pulled, or, well, what the message I got for this 10 of cups, of course, like all your cups being filled with love and overflowing to love, like every aspect of your life, you can say, I am at peace with. But it's your challenge. It's actually your goal. It's the prayer of your heart. So the challenge that you're facing with this 10 of Cups is the courage to live a passionate life that you actually want to live. It's a king of happiness, we can call it. And the courage, that's what that lion represents. The courage to live your life in an inspired way in every moment. So that's the challenge, is living your inspired, peaceful, blissful life. Wow. So we have a couple of repeaters. Right now we got a lot of conflict cards because that new moon is really coming into, well, we're going to want to set our intention for this new moon, um, like plant the seeds of these next few months. This new moon and the 2 weeks following are extremely important for you to just relax, know that God and love and the universe have your back, that, whatever is not comfortable or not feeling good to you is just coming up to really for good, y'all, for good for you to shift. Now, there's going to be some retrogrades, and during the retrogrades, you have this hangman, so we're going to be seeing things differently. Our beliefs are going to be changing. That's what these next like 6 weeks, because Venus is in retrograde. I'm mixing a little astrology here with the tarot and intuition because I have been reading up on it. And it's just, there are just, as you can see in the world, if you think there are big things happening in the world and surprising changes, it's just a reflection of what's going inside of you, what's going on inside of your mind, what is ready to be seen and released. Because you have a lot of swords. Swords represent conflict, and you have 4, 5, 6 of swords. And you also have the 10 of swords twice. I really love the 10 of swords because it is the end of a cycle of suffering. And this card has been coming up for us a lot, as well as the 6 of swords, because that is saying that you're moving away from stormy waters and into calm waters. It's kind of like, this really isn't up to you, what's happening and what's going to happen. You're tired. You've had your defenses up for a long time, in that you've been defending the right mind. You've been defending, what is important to you. And those things are changing day by day. What you really want is peace of mind. What you really long for is happiness and being settled within yourself. That is what the cards are saying. What is your 10 of Cups? Well, what you're telling me is that you really want to be confident and at peace with being with yourself. Like, you're ready to be at peace with being with yourself, and then let the chips fall as they may. Let everything come in as it does, because you're done with trying to manage life. You're done with trying to manage the mind. It's like you go from this 4 to the 5 to the 6 to the 10 of swords. So that is, really telling me that you're elevating into more and more the spirit, and the ego is falling away, but it's still there. And just like that movie, A Beautiful Mind, where he suffers from hallucinations and delusions, and he sees these people and they speak to him, and he feels like he's crazy, but at the end of the movie, he can see all those people that are always talking to him that aren't there. He can see them, but he's not paying any attention to them. He's not focusing on them. They're there speaking and whispering, and he can hear it, but he's just continuing to have dinner with his wife. He's allowing those voices and the conflict to be there without letting it affect him. And that is the goal. Let the mind do what it does and just carry on. You know, do what you'll do, say what you'll say. I feel like all we have to do is have connection to our source or the spirit in our mind, and then we can just be in a flow. We don't have to worry about any outcomes or if we're doing it right or wrong. We don't have to pay attention to the voice that's not love anymore. And these cards tell me that this new moon and this next eclipse is going to bring you into this new world where you are suspended, coming out of that suspension, because you're now able to see things differently. You're now able to see a world that is not so threatening. You're now able to experience a mind that doesn't suffer so much. It can see when, thoughts and energies and happenings are going on around it, even inside the mind, and it just says, yeah, it's there, but I'm not focusing on it. I'm not paying attention to it. You are going to be given a different belief system and perception around love. Yeah, it's you got these two cards together. The Page of Cups is new love, new way to see love, new way to love yourself. So the Queen of Pentacles is looking at a new way to fall in love with oneself and others. So a new way of seeing yourself and the world is coming into your reality now. And the swords and defenses of the past are being laid down. You got the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords twice. And what that tells me is that the conflict in the mind that is not even real is ending. You can see she's looking out towards a new horizon, and those conflict crows are behind her. And also in this card, you can see him free in reality. He just thinks he is suffering because he chooses to focus on the suffering thoughts. It's wild. So yeah, these two cards are the ones I haven't shown you yet. I really love this. This one's been coming up a lot because we are moving into a time of intuition, of having to follow the voice inside of us. It's almost like the gods, the universe, love is not letting us rely on others to give us direction, to tell us what to do. It's time. We have all the answers inside of us. We know the direction. We already know. We just have to get quiet enough and take the pause to go inside and ask. This guy who's been trying to manage his life in the form world, 9 wands, he's done. He's tired of being defensive. He's tired of trying to work it out. He's got a golden light around him. Now he's bringing the information into his own mind, which is what the high priestess represents. Instead of struggling and managing how to try to get your world perfect, it's more like drop it. Those wands were built, and lots have been experienced and learned. Lots of experience has happened. And now you're coming into a different way of doing things, a different world, a new way to look at it, following your heart, following what you feel. And it's really going to be a practice for you, because the only way to find out if you're going in the right direction is to take a chance, is to make mistakes, the only way to do it is to experience it. So you're going to have to open your heart and trust the universe and trust yourself, because the universe is you. It lives inside of you. You are that. So there's not going to be room anymore for just sitting in fear and asking others, what should I do? Uh-uh. You know. You already know, and it's okay if you get to where I say this all the time, if you get to where you're going and it just isn't right, no matter what you do, you get to change your mind. And that is following guidance. That is what following your intuition is. It's just feeling your way through moment by moment and asking moment by moment, what do I feel? What do I want? What is this for? It's just being aware of your decisions and your moves and your thoughts and your actions. It's just being conscious. That's all we're doing is we're not shutting off. We're not putting up a wall. We're not closing down. We're coming into present moment awareness all the time and being in the joy of that, because that's where you can trust. That's where you can relax. That's where you can start to feel confident that God lives within you and you are worthy of a life of bliss and love. So that's what I wanted to share today. That's what came through the cards. Those are the messages I have for you, and I'll see you next time. Or live off the earth, tending God's sheep. Bless me, keep me. When will this make sense?